You know when you plan something and it comes off perfectly? Well, unfortunately that wasn't what happened with this trip. You see, late last year I discovered a YouTube channel by Rob Parsons. His videos are great, and in particular there was a trip where he packrafted the Franklin River to find an Aboriginal cave that really hit me. As soon as I saw it, I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. Within a month I bought myself a packraft and was planning my trip, working out how to get there, reading trip reports and buying the book on the Franklin. The plan seemed relatively simple. Drive to Strawn, get the Gordon River Cruises boat to Heritage Landing, paddle to the start of the Eagle Creek track and then hike it across to the Franklin that afternoon and the following morning. I'd then paddle down the Franklin and the Gordon that day and the next to be picked up by the cruise boat on the Monday morning. The thing is, that 9km Eagle Creek track really kicked our ass. So guys, we're on the Gordon, about to head off. We've just got off the cruise boat and inflated the rafts, and the cruise boat's just about to head off, and when it does we'll head up the river. About 1:50 p.m. and I think we've just come to the end of this section of the river, so the end of Expectation Reach. There's a hard right-hand turn in the river here, so straight ahead of us should be the start of the Eagle Creek track. So I'll give you a look as we pull in. Yep. Well, this makes it look like we definitely made it to the right spot. It's the Eagle Creek track logbook. So we're heading out on what we think is the Eagle Creek track. It's very hard to tell if we're on the track. It's already bloody fallen trees here. And there's no real markers or anything, but we'll see how we go. Oh mate, this is a track load. There's a bridge. It is slippery loose, so be careful. Oh, fuck, are you alright? You okay?
Yeah. I just don't want to end up in the water. The funny thing was, that happened so quickly. 1 minute I was walking, next thing I was flat on my back.
So this track is about 200 years old, or almost 200 years old, and was cut by James Calder for Governor Franklin, and originally came all the way from Lake St Clair down to the Gordon River. So the only remaining part now is this part from the Franklin to the Gordon, which we're on. The rest of the track to Lake St Clair having been swallowed up. So very few people do this track, so it's a real special thing to be out here. Although the track's really overgrown in places, so it's not a real great way, but here it seems to be pretty easy to follow, but I know that won't continue to be the case as we get further along. You didn't see this in the brochure?
No, unfortunately not. There was obviously a bridge here at some point, right? It's got all the white dirt on it.
So this track looks like it's wide and clear in places. Like here it looks like there's a really obvious trail, but the problem is there's trees and things come down in places and it's just really hard. So it's nowhere near as easy as it looks in the bits where I'm actually recording. And unfortunately in the bits where it's really hard, it's really difficult to record. Because it is such hard going that you just need to concentrate on
getting through. But it's good. We're out doing something not many people have done, and it's definitely an adventure. Right on the track. I think that's Huon Pine. That's pretty amazing. Oh, oh boy. Really? It's about 6:15 in the evening, and we just made it to Pig Hill. So we're pretty well stuffed now. We're just looking for somewhere flat that we can camp for the evening, and then we'll start again tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow will be a bit easier going downhill off this hill. It's been a real slog getting up here.
Morning guys, it's just after 6 on Saturday morning, and it's still pretty dark here on the track, on the Eagle Creek track, but we're just thinking about starting to pack up now and we'll get moving again. Hopefully we will get to the Franklin today in reasonable time, and we can get back on the river.
Yep, real good track this one. Oh, we've got a marker. We're actually, believe it or not, on the track. Although you would never tell that this is a bloody track. And I can see how it's so easy to get lost in here. But thankfully it looks like it's starting to open up a little bit. Oh. So it's about 11:15, and we've only just got through this bloody tea tree up on top of this hill. If there was a track, we never saw it. There was, from video I've seen, no markers on posts. We never saw any of them. We bashed through anyway to a bit of a clearing. We think we're heading in the right direction to rejoin the track, so we'll keep doing that. But yeah, really keen to get down to the river, and I think we've still got a couple of hours to go. Well, we've had an interesting couple of hours. We lost the track in the tea tree when we got to the top of the hill that was marked part way up by that Pig Hill marker, and the track on the map is not where the actual track is. So while we were trying to bush bash our way back to the track, we were on the track as far as the map was concerned, but not as far as in practice. So we've lost a good couple of hours, but thankfully we're back on the track now, although it's probably a bit difficult to tell that this is a track, but this is a million times better than where we were. And we've got a marker to reassure us. So things are much better now than they have been for the last couple of hours, but everything is okay. Yeah. So we lost the track in the tea tree before, and we seem to have done it again now after regaining the track, although we have seen a couple of those triangular markers in here. So we're sort of roughly in the right area, but it's really, really unclear. This track has turned out to be a horrendous maze. We can see another marker ahead now, but there's no way that we're making it to the Franklin today. We were actually meant to get most of the way down the Franklin today on the rafts, but obviously that's not happening. In an ideal world now, we'd be aiming to get to Wattle Camp Creek because we're out of water, and it'd be nice to get some water, but we'll make it as far as we can. Thankfully we've actually got a couple of beers, so worst case the beers will be tonight's liquid, and we'll finish the walk to Wattle Camp Creek in the morning, which is about 2 k's from here, we think. Sunday morning, and we've just packed up after our second night camping on the Eagle Creek track. Really didn't expect to be here tonight. We expected to have been at optimistically Sir John Falls, having rafted all of the Franklin yesterday. That didn't happen. We're both out of water, but we think we're only about 400 metres from the not the Eagle Creek, the Wattle Camp Creek. So looking forward to getting there, and then from there probably only another K and a bit to the river, and hopefully things will be a lot easier once we get there. Wattle Camp Creek, ladies and gentlemen. This is absolutely a sight for sore eyes. I reckon we're going to drink a couple of litres. Hey guys, we've spent all morning since we left the second creek after Wattle Camp Creek. We went up that ridge line, and as we're coming down we lost the track. We've been bush bashing really slowly for hours. It's been horrendous. Like our progress has been really slow, but in the course of bashing we've just found that ribbon on that tree. I don't know if you can see that there. But that means we're on the track again. Thank fuck. Well guys, after a couple of horrendous days on the Eagle Creek track, we've made it to the Franklin River. We won't be sad to say goodbye to this track. It's been a bitch, to be polite. And we're running out of daylight again. It's just after 4, so we're just going to try and make it down to the campsite at Blackman's Bend. And then that'll give us a little bit less paddling tomorrow. We had been meant to be picked up by the boat tomorrow. We've managed to defer that till Tuesday, hoping we don't have to defer it to Wednesday. So we'll see how we go.
Now that I'm looking back, I can see all the signs I tried to fill in the cracks that were spreading on mine, but I was all out of hope, lost in an endless maze. The emptiness had unfolded just like a void, but you broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. And ooh, I was done feeling hopeless, screamed out loud because it felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold. It's funny how easily a life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see that I was sick at heart and I am in deep debt? The climb we did was unreal. You made me so speechless. I just can't believe it. You broke the coldness somehow and lit up.
This is the entrance to Kutakuna Cave. It's one of the reasons we decided to do the trip, although it was more about Packrafting the Franklin for me than it was about the cave. Unfortunately, we just don't really have time to stop and check it out. We're a day behind already, given the horror time we have on the Eagle Creek track. So at least we know where it is. I guess we'll pop in next time we're through. But for now, we're going to keep going. So we're just coming up on Double Fall, which is one of two of the nasty rapids that we've got to negotiate. We're not going to go down Double Fall, we're going to portage along the left bank. We're just going to make sure that we can work out where it is that we pull in without getting sucked down the rapid. So we'll see when we get a bit closer. So that is the first part of Double Fall, and we've got a portage past here, and then we've got another part of Double Fall yet to come a bit further down. There behind me is the second part of Double Fall. It looks quite nasty, so really glad that we didn't go down that in the rafts. We've portaged down the left bank. I've just taken the bags down now. I'm just going back to get the raft and bring it back. Ladies and gents, it's a big fall. Very glad we didn't go down that one. Just trying to work out how we portage around. Well guys, that's the Franklin behind us, and that's the end of the Franklin, because around here is the Gordon. So we're going to start cruising up the Gordon, at least get as far as Sir John Falls tonight. I reckon we'll probably end up having to stop there. I don't think we're going to have enough time to get on to Heritage Landing or the Eagle Creek track, but we'll see how we go.
And that's the end for us. By pure luck, we were able to hitch a lift from Sir John Falls on a yacht that was picking up some other rafters. So I hope you enjoyed the video.